Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza. I'm here at the Hatfield Public Library and I have 2 boxes of adult books to share with you today. So to start out, we have all the light here comes from above. And this is so cool. It's the first ever biography of Robert Hitchcock by Robert T. McMaster. And Robert Hitchcock was a geologist, I think, who was born in South Deerfield. But for anyone to know, this area right here in Hatfield, where I am currently filming this video, used to be a gigantic lake, and that lake is called Lake Hitchcock, named after Edward Hitchcock. So this is just all about his life, which actually sounds super interesting, and it's kind of amazing that we've never had a biography about him. The Family Chow, a novel by Samantha Chang. This is on my list. Look, on the back it says, family drama, murder, mystery, love story. What more could you want? Takes place in Haven, Wisconsin. And the family owns the Fine Chow restaurant, a Chinese restaurant. But there have been whispers about the family's owners. And then the brothers reunite and the family secrets get revealed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sounds really intriguing. Oh my gosh, this is more on the serious side. This is called The Naked Don't Fear the Water, An Underground Journey with Afghan Refugees, and it's by Matthieu Aikins. And if I remember this correctly, he actually he gave up his passport. I think that he is from he's a journalist. I'm not sure where he was originally from, but he was working undercover. No, he was living in Kabul, and then he was friends with a guy who had to leave as a refugee because he feared his wife. And so the journalist actually gave up his passport and fled with him so he could cover what that was like. This is about the people they met and what he experienced along the way. The Betrayal of Anne Frank, a Cold Case Investigation by Rosemary Sullivan. And then this is, I think a lot of people are familiar with what happened to Anne Frank, and for a long time, nobody knew what had happened, who had betrayed her to the Nazis. And they go through all these documents. It's a retired FBI agent, and they find out what really happened. I was sort of interesting, so I read an article about the book, and I have to say that the information they found was just very powerful and interesting. So maybe it wasn't what you would expect. Janet Evanovich, The Recovery Agent. Very, very popular best-selling author. So I'm turning over a new leaf here. New Adventure Begins. It's got a kind of an awesome cover. I really like the silhouette on the front, and the colors are really fun. Looks like there's some sort of forest thing going on. Oh my gosh, this is a new blockbuster series. I love things like this because sometimes these really popular authors have these really long-running series and you're not sure, like, should you try it? But then if they start a new series, like, it's easy. You can start that one. Rayna Grande, A Ballad of Love and Glory. And this takes place in the year 1846, and it takes place in Texas, in disputed territory, and gosh, it sounds like there's sort of a love story that goes across both sides of the war. Wow, that sounds really popular, and sort of a different period of history that we don't see in historical fiction as much. Interesting. Nonfiction, Origin, A Genetic History of the Americas by Jennifer Raff. This is interesting. So this is the story of who the first peoples in the Americas were, how and why they migrated, how they dispersed south, and how they lived based on a new and powerful kind of evidence, their genomes. So basically looking at the history just through genetics, because there's so little archaeological evidence, Um, and let's see. It sounds like this can sometimes be a very sensitive sort of area of research, but it says that she sort of is aware of the ethical issues. So very interesting, a different way to look at history. Another fun one. We keep going back and forth from more serious to more fun. This is Four Aunties and a Wedding by Jessie Q. Sutano. She wrote Dial A for Aunties. I actually listened to that on the audiobook, and it was so funny. I mean, just like over the top funny, so ridiculous, about a woman who her mother and her mother's three sisters and her all run a wedding planning business together, and there's just all kinds of shenanigans. Very important. We have the new Anne Tyler. This one is called French Braid. And it's this sort of it looks like it's a rug there behind there. Written so many just very, very popular books. A particular favorite at this library. Wow, why is the page is stuck? Uh-oh. Wonder how that happened. This is about a family that takes one family vacation. Mostly they never leave their home in Baltimore. Um, hmm. It's a little hard to tell, but I think it's basically just about the family and all the different members, their life. She's so readable. I think anyone who likes her writing is going to be happy to just dive in. Lisa Scottoline, What Happened to the Bennetts? A novel. I assume she's not talking about the Pride and Prejudice Bennetts. No, these are different benefits. Different Bennetts. A suburban dad whose life takes a horrific turn. Oh my God, he gets carjacked? I don't really understand what's going on, but it sounds really bad. Oh my gosh. Very, very intense. I didn't really understand. There was a carjacking, there was FBI agents, he had to protect his family. A lot going on. South to America. Oh, this book has been getting a lot of very good reviews. It's a journey below the Mason-Dixon to understand the soul of a nation, and it's by Imani Perry. And it's sort of just about. I mean, I feel like there are lots of books sort of trying to understand the South of the United States and its particular characteristics. And this is about a black woman in native Alabama returning to the region that she called home and seeing it with fresh eyes. I'm trying to think so this is nonfiction, and she's a professor of African American Studies at Princeton University. Wow, she has a PhD and a JD, so she's very, very well qualified. Seems like a very knowledgeable person. 3 more books. We have Every Good Boy Does Fine, a love story in music lessons. That's such a sweet title. It's by Jeremy Denk. And this is, for people who don't know, this is a way to remember the order of like music notes. Every Good Boy Does Fine. And this is about a pianist who starts out as a prodigy and then just sort of about his journey as a classical magician. We have a new Karen White. This one is called The Shop on Royal Street. And she's another New York Times bestseller. Let's see. This is about a woman who's looking to start anew in New Orleans. And she decides to buy a house, but it's a fixer-upper, and she gets in over her head. And her stepmother can communicate with ghosts. And she knows someone else who is able to communicate with ghosts. Sorry, the summary here is a little roundabout. But wow, and there's an unsolved murder. I don't know, that didn't quite go in the direction. Like, it started out with like new life, fixer upper in New Orleans, and then it went to ghosts, and then it went to murder. But definitely sounds like you are going to be in for a story. And last of all, this is by Arthur C. Brooks, From Strength to Strength, Finding Success, Happiness, and Deep Purpose in the Second Half of a Life. So this is about how to find happiness as you age. And you know, this is definitely something I think about as someone who just hit 40. Um, and it does sort of change the way you're thinking about things. So, he has like bullet points. It sounds like he has a lot of ideas that might help you out. So, I am all set, but I will be back soon with more. Bye.